welcome to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I am your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Mary Paulsell, who is the director of Church and State, and Chris Campbell, who is the lead actor in Church and State. His face looks like he's not sure if he's the lead. Are you sure?
There's three of us, and we all have a big part.
We all have a big part. Four total.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mary, tell me a little bit about this play, Church and State.
Church and State is a painfully relevant and timely piece of dramatic work by Jason Odell Williams, an award-winning playwright from New York City. It deals with questions of religion and politics, of gun control, and of faith, and how easy it sometimes can be to sort of lose the thread of your faith when you're faced with a lot of opposing viewpoints and getting input from a lot of people. But the playwright's greatest wish is that this play become obsolete. And he says, he hopes someday in the future someone will say, well, isn't that quaint? They did shows about gun control once upon a time. So it's very, very timely, and sadly, we see that relevance nearly every time we turn on the news.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And so we talked a little bit before we started recording about this magical thing that happens when you have certain actors who come in and pick up the script. Tell me about that, and then we'll talk to one of those actors.
I think I haven't ever had this experience, really, in 40-plus years of directing, to have exactly the perfect people walk into auditions. We had many, many, many people come to auditions, and we were blessed by that. And all of them were excellent. I would have been happy with any cast from that initial group. The second day, we saw some different folks come in, and they literally walked in and stepped into the shoes of these characters in a way that you very rarely see in audition. And I was just fortunate that they all came and showed this to me, and it made decisions fairly easy after that.
Wow. Chris, what about this script drew you?
The writing. I had not heard of the playwright before. I wasn't familiar with the show, and I didn't even know about it until about 48 hours before I walked into an audition.
Oh, wow.
I went to see Love Letters at Talking Horse. Randy Jones, the assistant director on this show, was directing that, and I saw the synopsis of Church and State in the program, and at intermission I started Googling because it got my attention, and I went, oh, this sounds really terrific. Thanks to Randy, I was able to get the script, read it the next day, and I went, this is phenomenal. Just brilliant writing. It really pops off the page. Smart writing, and it's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, this does have a lot of dramatic elements, particularly in the second act, but there's a whole bunch of comedy in this show. So that's what drew me. I'm like, this is a great piece. I want to do it.
Okay, and tell me about your character.
Senator Charles Whitmore is a North Carolina United States Senator. He's running for re-election, so he's been in the Senate for 6 years. He's a devout Christian. He's a very conservative Republican, very pro Second Amendment. But he's also a really sincere and good man at his core. He's honest. Loves his family, loves his state. He deals square with everything, So, and that's part of what attracted me to the role too. This is a very good man, a very sincere man, a very honest man, but he's conflicted.
Yeah, that I can imagine how that might come across on the stage, especially just knowing you a little bit, Chris.
Well, thank you.
Now you see why he just stepped into it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can hear it.
He knows it so well.
Yeah, even in just listening to him. And I'm thinking about you sitting in the audience Googling.
Yes.
So that you could get the script and just come right in and step into that role.
Well, and the subject matter, I'm a political junkie. I unfortunately, I say, because sometimes it's very wearisome, but I follow political news, and I always have. And I understand the conflicts, what we're dealing with in this nation, and have for many, many years. And someone put it into a script in a very poignant way, and that's why I was like, I got to go see if I can get in this show.
I love that. So, Mary, somebody give me the details of this. So, if people are listening or watching and they are as drawn in as I am right now, then they want to see it.
Right.
So, how can they see it?
They can get tickets at talkinghorseproductions.org. We do all of that digitally. The show runs August 9, 10, 11, and then 15, 16, 17, 18. Evening shows at 7:30, Sunday matinees at 2. We recommend, it's open seating, so we recommend people get there at least a half hour before curtain. And that's all there is to it, really. I would make reservations, though, because I think this is a different type of show. It deals with very, very, very passionate current events. I think a lot of people will want to come and explore this with us. We will have a talk back with our playwright on the first Sunday, on Sunday, August 11th, following the production. Jason Odell Williams has been extraordinarily helpful. Our assistant director, Randy Jones, has a personal friendship with him, with Jason and his wife, and so he has facilitated just incredible contact with Jason, and he has done promotional videos for us. I mean, he's very engaged in this production, so that's going to be very exciting on our first Sunday.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So on that first Sunday, we could catch that,
right?
If we're there for that first Sunday showing. Okay, I like that. That's when I need to come.
Yeah,
That's when
you
I
would
need to
enjoy
come.
that.
Yeah, that's when I need to come. And I do love what you said earlier, Mary, about, this is a great piece, right, that he's written, but he hopes that one day it is not needed. It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
People
Nobody
say,
talks.
oh, that's what they used to do.
That's what they used to talk about. Yeah, we can only pray.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Mary and Chris, thank you so much for being here. I am certainly looking forward to Church and State, and I hope that a lot of our listeners and our viewers will join us on that journey, and maybe at some point it will become not as relevant as it is today.
We can only hope.
We can. Thank you both very much for being here.
Thank you, AC.
Thank you.